When are they gonna stop spraying the skies with contrails? When are people gonna wake up to this stuff going on and then take the land back?
So this is what Post Malone used to do before he made music. So, the way I make a video is I sit right here at my computer, I jump onto YouTube and I search for, we'll say, flat earth or mud flood and see what comes up. But today I really couldn't make a decision. So you can imagine my delight when I came across a guy who seems to think that, and I'm not exaggerating, everything is a conspiracy and everyone is out to get him. So stick around and we'll take a look.
Go nuts on my nuts!
Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Playing a Blinder with me, the Creaky Blinder. Now for some strange reason, I forgot to say that in my last few videos. Not that anybody cares, or probably even noticed. Anyway, the topic of today's video is from a... No, not the topic. How can a person be a topic? The person we are going to be looking at in today's video is from the Manny Tagger channel. I think that's how you say it. But this guy is essentially every conspiracy theory known to man rolled into one package. So what that means is this video is going to be as all over the place as a flat earther trying to explain why we don't live on a globe. Tidy!
How are we gonna know what's in this soil? How in the world are we trusting these folk that are the same folk that came here and pillaged the Native Americans? How are we gonna know what's in their soil? They're making all these products, you know, all these different products. How are we gonna know, even if it's natural, how are we gonna know what type of pesticides they use? How are we gonna know what type of soil they're growing their stuff out of? And then even if we're out foraging, how are we gonna know that they didn't spray that land with glyphosate?
Well, they probably did, because glyphosate is just a weed killer and it's the most widely used weed killer in the world. Now, the Environmental Protection Agency did a study on the risk of using glyphosate as a herbicide, and the risk estimates showed that it was well below the levels that would give any cause for concern. So the EPA classifies glyphosate as a Group E chemical, which means there is strong evidence to suggest that it does not cause cancer. Damn, he hasn't said that yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. See, this is why I don't usually watch videos ahead of time.
When are they gonna stop spraying the skies with contrails?
He's referring to contrails as a conspiracy theory when contrails is exactly what they are. I'm fairly certain he meant chemtrails, but...
Meh.
When are we going to arrest these folk that have been spraying contrails and pushing poisonous foods out? They're pushing foods that have glyphosate. They have sprayed fields with glyphosate, and they're still selling poisonous foods.
So the people that fly these planes, pilots, and spray contrails, even though I think he means chemtrails, are also responsible for spraying glyphosate on all the crops that we consume.
And they got 5G. When are we going to get rid of these folk that are making 5G?
Now, would you believe what I said at the beginning of this video when I said it was going to be all over the place?
And pushing 5G towers. When are we going to get rid of these same folk that pillaged the Native Americans and basically got these 5G towers ripping us, coming inside of our house and straight ripping us? When are we gonna cook? When are we gonna cut it up together? Whenever we are gonna come together? When are we gonna unite and build us a big fortress and take this land back? When are we gonna have the right of way to walk wherever we want on our land? Like when are we gonna be free to walk wherever we want? When are we going to be free to build wherever we want and we ain't got to move? When are we going to come together and realize we're all on the same side?
Any thoughts about how I should respond to that? Because that was extremely confusing. Now, I've never been forced to move. If I've ever chosen to move, it's been because I wanted to. Now, I know in some cases people can be evicted from their land or their house and essentially forced to move, but not to the degree that this guy seems to imply. Maybe I'm wrong. Imagine that. And from what I can gather, he's saying that people that get forced off their land are forced off by the world famous they. Whoever they may be.
Y'all gotta know what y'all letting in y'all's body, you know what I'm saying? Cause these folk, they're they're pushing the wrong stuff. They got a mass agenda to kill us. Agenda 21.
Now obviously I'm no expert, but do you mean the Agenda 21 that is a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally and locally by organisations of the United Nations system, governments and major groups in every area in which human impacts on the environment? So it's basically an agenda to improve the environment, which benefits us all. Now I will read through this, I probably won't, but I would imagine it doesn't mention anywhere in that PDF about killing the population of the world.
Depopulation agenda. Look into Agenda 21, or you could just take it from me.
We definitely won't be taking it from you. Now I have to be honest, I probably won't read through the whole of Agenda 21, but I'm sure somebody watching this video either already has or will, and I am fairly certain that nobody will find anything in there either stating directly or even implying that the idea behind Agenda 21 is to kill off some of the world's population. Why would they do that?
These folk, they don't want to see us. They're not for us. Ain't nobody for you. You know, stop giving your energy to them. You realize all power is all within you.
I have a question for you. Do you think any of these conspiracy theorists, and please understand that I know some conspiracy theories do turn out to be true, but not the stupid ones like Flat Earth and the Mud Flood and whatever this guy's waffling on about, because does anyone else find it funny that he keeps banging on about 5G whilst filming a YouTube video using his smartphone, which admittedly is probably still on 4G, but what's a G between friends? So what I was getting at is, are any of them ever going to actually explain who they think they are exactly? Or do we just have to keep filling in the blanks ourselves? And by blanks I mean they isn't an actual thing. Not in the way these people seem to think anyway.
And another thing is, stop trashing Mother Earth, cause you know, for real, like even me, I'm out here, I gotta recycle all this stuff because I'm not for Mother Earth getting trashed. Like, I'm not for it.
Now, I actually agree with him on this point 100%, and I know my videos are all about making fun of people, pointing and laughing as we like to call it, but I do agree with him. But the problem I've got with this type of person is that his views seem to be that of an extremist. And when somebody's views on anything become extremist, then it has become a problem. There are other ways that you can save the planet without resorting to extremist tactics, which usually involve breaking the law, violence, and so on.
Don't be giving your children any of these shots. Don't be...
Brilliant. He's an anti-vaxxer as well, so that now escalates him to the higher tier of complete and utter death.
You know, don't be circumcising them.
What? Don't be circumcising them? Well, I've got to be honest, I've got 3 sons, and circumcising them never even occurred to me. Didn't even cross my mind. Why would it? Unless, of course, it's for religious purposes, which I completely disagree with, or medical purposes. But people don't just wake up one day and say, off with the old foreskin.
We gotta be out here in the jungle eating these mushrooms.
Ah, well, that certainly explains a lot. Because when he says eating those mushrooms, I seriously doubt he's referring to shiitake or portobello. I would imagine he's referring to the magical kind.
Getting our DNA up, looking right at the sun, getting that king DNA going on.
Fair play, he's the gift that keeps on giving, isn't he? Sun gazer as well.
Like, we're spiritual beings, that's a big spear, so put on your spear, We got our soul from the solar system. That's why it's called solar system. So put on your big spirit, your big spear of protection, your big aura, your sun gold, your gold sun, your big aura.
What? We get our soul from the solar system. So by that logic, do we get our heads from our headmasters? And let me guess, where do we get unicycles from? Probably the universe.
And that's your protection out here. Because we're in a realm where you have to see stuff that your two eyes don't see, but your pineal gland sees.
Now, why would he be saying that? And I have to be honest, I don't know anything about the pineal gland, apart from obviously that's where we get pies from. But what he's probably referring to is the very first thing you see when you type pineal gland into Google. Why is the pineal gland known as the third eye? The pineal gland was commonly dubbed the third eye for many reasons, including its location deep in the center of the brain and its connection to light. Mystic and esoteric spiritual traditions suggest it serves as a metaphysical connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. Oh, so not an eye at all then?
Now I got a question for you. Where would you like to go for eternity?
Ooh, now that's a tough question to answer. Talk about deep. But if you're going to put me on the spot, I'd have to say somewhere where people like you aren't allowed to upload videos to the internet.
You know, but definitely there's demonic entities out here. There's angels out here. You always got a SWAT team of angels around here.
Really? No?
But these entities in Elite, they're demons. They're all draconians. They're all freaking lizard folk. That's just straight up. That's just the truth, man. That's
Lizard people running the earth. He's an anti-vaxxer. He believes in chemtrails. The only thing he didn't mention is flat earth. But I'd be pretty sure that he is a flat earther as well. Because why not, right? Thanks everybody for watching. If it is your first time here, don't forget to click like on the video, hit the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications. Unless of course you're a regular viewer, then you may want to hear what I've got to say next, but if not, bye bye. But for all the regular viewers, basically the reason my community post went up last week asking if people had seen the notifications to my videos is because, well, basically they hadn't. And the reason for that is YouTube have done an update and they have set everybody's notifications back to default. They've changed it from all notifications to personalized. So if you do want to continue to be notified when I upload a video, you will need to go back to my YouTube page, click the notifications bell again. Sorry, but it's not my fault, it's YouTube's fault. Click the notification bell again and choose the settings that suit you. So if you want to be notified for all my content when I upload it, then you need to do that now. Take care everyone, thanks for watching, and bye bye.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe by order of the Creaky Blinder.